Hey, this is Mark the Meerkat in for Grok Trade and for Des, who's out on a golf outing this weekend. So, we're going to take a look here. It's the end of the week, end of the month, and end of the quarter here in 2023. So, let's take a look at the markets first and the charts, and then let's go and look at some of the individual stocks that were leading the way and lagging the way. And then let's look at it a third way. Look at the sectors, who's leading, who's lagging here, so we can get a hint as to what might happen next and what are the probabilities of that happening. Hey, stick on to the end here because I got some interesting things about what is a trader and what people see us as traders. All right, let's stick around. All right, here we go. Let's take a look here first at the S&P 500 daily chart and look at that. The S&P was up 7.05% for the whole quarter here. In the first 3 months of this year. So they were up big after being down, just getting crushed last year, about almost 20%. And now let's take a look here individually. Just in the last 5 days, we were in a symmetrical triangle here, and it was all caught up in the moving averages, and kaboom! Look at that sucker take off. And look at the volume, especially Friday. Now, Friday, again, was the last day of the quarter, so a lot of trading was going on that last day. A little bit of show trim, or what we call window dressing there. Might have been part of the added volume here on Friday. Okay, that is the let's see, that's the daily chart. Let's take a look at the what's going on on the weekly chart. And here it is again, a symmetrical triangle. Look at that 200 moving average. It fell down here and hit the 200 moving average back in September. Now it's working its way back up. It did have a dip down here in February, early March, and then the last 3 weeks, boom, boom, boom. We're now above this resistance line here on the in all the moving averages now. So this is very bullish on the weekly and on the weekly chart. All right, let's take a look here at the monthly here on the S&P 500. And here we go. And here we are. It was monthly, and we went straight up here from 2000 to 2001. Then we just been falling here for 2022. And now here, it's been just going sideways, 1 month up, 1 month down. What do you call a barber pole here? And this month we were down. Part of that was that financial crisis there that really kind of just people on their finger. Well, now suddenly it's starting to rise up here. This is a nice, strong, bullish candle. We do have the 20 moving average on the monthly chart. So that is a possible resistance just above here. But clearly we're starting to build some momentum, and look at the volume for the month. Huge. Remember, volume confirms price action. That's right. All right, let's go back to the daily charts. Only this time, let's take a look at the Dow, the DIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF. Which simulates it. Okay, look at this. We are in a symmetrical triangle, and look at that. 200 moving average was the exact apex of that. It had been going around that ever since March here, in all of March here on the daily chart, and now boom, boom, boom. The last 3 days, big breakout from there, and a little bit of increase in volume. Now again, the huge volume on the drop, but back here was again that banking crisis. There was a huge panic going on there for a little bit of while when it first started to unfold. Let's take a look here at the weekly chart, which again trumps what goes on here, and the here we go. And again, we had a bull flag, a bull panic going on here until beginning, again, this is the weekly chart, until mid-March, and then started to drop during that little crisis. Now look at the last 3 weeks. It's been working its way up, and a very strong finish, almost finished at its high of the entire week here. We're getting above the moving averages, again, just about to the 20 weekly moving average here. And we got the 100. Then we have this upper resistance line on the symmetrical triangle. But again, this is a new swing low here now that we have 2 candles of higher highs and higher lows. So that is a support area. And let's see if we can bust out above that here. It is looking a little bit bullish on the weekly chart on the Dow Jones Industrial here. Now let's go to the Dow here on the monthly. And this is looking at a lot of information all the way back. And again, we're running up here all the way from 2020 all the way up here to 2021, then pulling back. And now here, since October, now we've been working our way back up as far as the Dow is concerned. But it is not looking as bullish as it is on the S&P, or maybe some of the other markets we'll be looking at here in a moment here. Again, look at this is the 20-month moving average here. Acted to support area, and it's starting to form this symmetrical triangle. using the 20 down below. All right, let's go to the NASDAQ. So here's a NASDAQ daily chart. And for the quarter, it was up 16.77%, leading all the markets up there. Yeah, very, very strong. After being beaten down last year in 2022, it made a great recovery. And then it was in a bull flag right here. And then here in mid-March, it broke out, was high basing here, and now broke out again. We're now back up to the highs from last August in 2022. So very strong movement here and nice increasing volume here as it broke out from this high base right there. Now, again, with all that banking situation going on here, it did not make a major drop on the NASDAQ. In fact, one commentator actually said, hey, people are going to big tech as the defensive play here, because normally they go to banks when everything else is falling apart. So that was just kind of an interesting comment. All right, let's take a look here at the weekly chart on the NASDAQ. And here we go. Oops, here we are. So again, it was falling here. And now, and then September, it started to make a run, but no. And then try to make another run here, and then February, pull back again. And where it's pulling back to, look at this 200 moving average is acting as a magnet here, isn't it? Bounced off of it here, fell down here. Again, this is the weekly chart, and rolled right back up here. The last 3 weeks, boom, boom, boom. Finished right at the highs of the week here on Friday. Very strong finish on Friday. So this, again, is looking more and more bullish. It's above all the moving averages except for the 100. And we do have some, horizontal lines of support and resistance. For example, here at the 330 area from over here, as well as the 100. Possible resistance coming up. So looking a little bullish there on the, looking more bullish on that on the weekly chart versus the daily chart. And then here we are on the monthly chart. It again ran up here, been pulling back here, and pulled right to this 20 moving average. Look at that 20 moving average. And I did draw a line from back here, and it's right at this line of support. And it's finally, it broke out, but I didn't want to last month. And now look at this. We dipped, and now look at that. We finished right at the high of the month. Very strong candle there. We're right at the 20-month moving average here. Possible resistance just overhead here, but we're going to work on that. Again, look at the volume again on this. That's a very strong candle. Very strong volume. Cool. That's looking a little more bullish on the higher time frame. Could be doing that bull pullback there, right? Okay, let's look at the small cap Russell here on the daily chart, and it was in trouble compared to the other. I mean, look at this, is almost the opposite of what the NASDAQ has been doing, and it was down here. It was in that falling wedge, and it did break out here on Monday above that, and then it did a mini bull pullback and is riding up here and finished at the high of the week. So look at the volume again, big volume. The last day of the quarter tend to have very high volume. So that was what's going on with the small caps on the daily chart. They have a long ways to go, and all these moving averages to break through, and all these areas of support and resistance. So they're not looking nearly as bullish as some of the other markets. Take a look in here at the weekly chart on the small cap Russell, and it too is in a symmetrical triangle here, trying to break out, and then sure enough, on the weekly chart, bam! Here 4 weeks ago, in the first week of March. It was low basing down here. And this got hit because there are some small cap banks that were involved there. And now it's starting to, on this week, it's starting to make a recovery here, but it's got a lot of overhead resistance here to break through. So again, not nearly as bullish as the NASDAQ and the S&P. Now let's take a look here at the monthly, and it might even appear even more in trouble there. So again, it made its run up, and it fell down. It's just struggling to go higher. And for the month, take a look at this. It is not a green candle like the other three markets that we've looked at. It really struggled this month here. So we are not in a bullish mode here with huge volume. And again, some small cap banks kind of cause that within this market. All right, let's take a look here at some individual stocks. Who are the leaders? Who are the laggards here this quarter? Leading the way of the individual stocks, NVIDIA up 90%, Meta up 76%, Tesla up 68%, and Warner Brothers Discovery up 59.89%. Okay, 60%. All right. And CRM up 50%. That's incredible, right? Even Apple was up 26% for the quarter. But then there were some laggers. Now, watch what sector they're in. FRC, First Republic, hey, down 88%. Zion bank shares down 38%. Schwab, which is a banking play, is down 37%. And CMA, Camara Bank, down 35%. Yeah, they're all in the financial sector. And those have mostly been in the last couple of weeks here as we've been handling that. So that all kind of happened at the end of the quarter here. So now let's change a little bit of gears here. Let's go to finviz.com. Finviz.com is a free financial site. It's called Financial Visualization. Love this site. And look at the heat map from Friday. Man, look at it. Everybody practically is in the green. Man, they had a great hot day on Friday. And the VIX really closed low, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So, but let's go to groups here. And one day, everything's green. 1 week, here's 1 month. But we want to go to the 3-month one. Why? Because that's 1 quarter's worth. And we're going to go to, again, number one, technology up for 3 months was number one sector and was up 21.25%. Then we've got communication services up 17% for the quarter. We got customer cyclicals up 14.68%. And then basic materials up 4%. But look at the bottom here. Energy down 3.7%. They were the lagger. Then you've got utilities down 3.7%. You've got healthcare down 2.5%. Now, healthcare for the last several years has been like one of the strongest ones out there, along with technology, and it's now lagging a little bit. And then financials down, about 2%. So that is for the whole quarter there. And again, the nice thing about FinViz is you can go back here. What was it for the last month? What was it the last week, the last day? And you can also get down to your half year. And then here was 1 year relative performance. Look at that. Real estate, communication services. See, communication service over the last year was down 22%. So having it be up there in the top ones for this particular quarter shows a great, great recovery. All righty. Those are the 3 ways we're going to look at the markets here. Now, let me tell you a little bit about traders. So what do people say about you being a stock trader? Well, here's some examples here. First of all, here's what my friends think I do, right? Just out playing golf all the time. Hey, here's what my family thinks I do. Go, 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 buy, 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 sell, sell, sell. Here's what society thinks I do as a trader. Oh, here's what I think I do. I think I'm so friggin' smart. I got to have all of these monitors there, right? Here's what I really want to do sometimes. Frustration gets so high. And here's what I really do. Well, if you're one of the 89% of those traders out there who are not making money, yeah, that's you. You're just kind of, winging it. But if you want to become a winning, consistent trader over time, there's a few things you have to do. You got to get an education, number one. You got to have the right trading tools and the right coaching and mentoring in order to be successful. And if you do that, then you can become what we call, are you ready? A savvy trader who does what? Who is educated, is rational, proactive, relaxed, and confident as a trader. So, and they come in all shapes, sizes, and ages, folks. So if you're thinking of what you can do to go forward, well, let me tell you what you can do. Go to groktrade.com, groktrade.com. And at groktrade.com, there's several things you can do here. First of all, we get a trading education. We have a mentoring program. And we just came out with 4 different price options. So we can find the one that's just right for you for the amount of training and mentoring that you need. So go to right up here, Training Mentor right there. Takes you to a page and will ask you a series of questions. And it's really clever collection of videos there. In fact, it's a 2-minute video and then does ask you a question. But depending on the answer to your question is to which of the next videos. It's a whole matrix of them. So only need to find out the information that you're looking for. You don't have to waste your time about finding about things that have no interest to you. At the end of that, you need to make a decision. Is this something I may want to do and step forward? And we can sit there and talk to you about the, pricing levels and what the option might be best for you and assisting you in your trading, become that savvy trader that we're all wanting to be. Also in there, then once you have an education, they're the right tools. We have these new algorithms out there that there are 4 different ones here, and they do different things. One finds where the rock bottoms are. Some of them tell you just where to get in. Other ones tell you when to get in and when to get out. Now, this is a tool that will superpower your trading education so that you can be that savvy, relaxed, logical, proactive trader out there. So again, that's in groktrade.com. Take a look at each of those. So this is Mark the Meerkat here. If you want to be a savvy trader and move forward, just remember to trade safely, trade well, and may your winners run.